Every journey to success begins with a single step. But here is the thing, the most crucial step of all. It's not what you do, but it's who you believe you are. Think about it. So, are you ready to become the most productive version of yourself? Well, let us explore it together. One small step at a time, where every action builds your identity and every habit shapes your future. Namaskar and welcome to Ignited Stories. In the last few videos, we have covered a lot about human psychology in our daily use. You can check them in my playlist, and the next 5 videos, including this, are gonna get dedicated towards increasing our productivity. So imagine this, you are standing in front of a mirror, but this time, not just seeing your reflection, but seeing who you could be. Maybe it's a successful entrepreneur, a creative artist, or a dedicated leader. Whatever it is, your action needs to get aligned with that vision. It's not like I want to be productive. It's about embracing the fact that you are productive. It's a mindset shift, and trust me, it's a game changer. I once heard a story about a guy who wanted to be a runner. Instead of setting a goal to run every day, he started telling himself, I am a runner, I am a runner, I am a runner. And guess what? He started running every day because that's what runners do. That is the power of identity-based habits, my friend. When you act like the person you want to become, you are already halfway there. So what identity you are going to embrace today? How can you start acting like that person right now? Share with me in the comments. And why to look anywhere else? I'll tell you my story. I struggled with waking up early almost 80% of my study and professional life. I learned this identity technique in one of the Tony Robbins' course. And I immediately thought, what rubbish. After trying several other tricks and tactics and failing miserably in waking up early, I finally thought, let's give it a try. And I started saying, I am an early riser, and seriously I did it 5 times before sleep. First it was really awkward, but within a month, I was consistently waking up at 5 am without any alarm. So see, this is about adopting the identity first and the action naturally follows you. See, we all have those big audacious dreams that feels like climbing Mount Everest, right? But here is the secret. Don't let them overwhelm you. Break them into small manageable pieces. It's like eating a giant pizza. You don't stuff the whole thing in your mouth at once. You take one slice at a time. Prioritizing your task is like choosing your favorite pizza toppings. Some things are essential, like pepperoni or getting that urgent project done, while others like extra sprinkle of cheese can wait. This is Eisenhower's Matrix. Say for example, you have these 10 tasks. All you need to do is to try to fit these tasks into the matrix according to the importance and urgency. So the first is urgent and important, which needs to be done now. From an entrepreneur's perspective, it's like closing a critical deal or resolve a major issue with your product and service. Then it comes the tasks which are not urgent but important, like develop a long-term business strategy, build and strengthen key partnerships. Now third, urgent but not important, like handling routine administrative tasks and responding to non-critical emails. Then the fourth and last box is our not urgent and non-important. These are like browsing social media aimlessly, attending unnecessary meetings. So in this way, you can prioritize saving your focus for the most important task. Allocate specific time slots, stick to them, and watch how much you can get done. Now let us talk about tiny habits. Those little things that seem almost too small to matter. Imagine writing a book, but the idea of filling 300 pages make you want to crawl under your bed. So there is an author I know who started his writing journey by committing to just 10 minutes of writing every morning. That's it, just 10 minutes. Over time, those 10 minutes turned into full chapters and he eventually published a book. See, it's all about starting small. So start with one sentence, just one. It's like planting a seed. It's tiny, but with care, it grows into something amazing. So, what big goal do you have that feels overwhelming? How can you break it down into smaller, manageable tasks? Share with me in comments. I would love to read them. And remember that old saying, Rome was not built in a day. Well, neither are the great habits. It's consistency over intensity. Writing one sentence every day might not seem like much, but over time, you will have chapters and then a book. That's the magic of small, consistent actions. Now, distractions. They are like those sneaky pizza toppings you did not ask for. They show up uninvited, and before you know it, they are all you can taste. Creating a distraction free environment is like making sure your pizza only has what you love. Turn off those pesky notifications, use some noise cancelling headphones, and make your workspace your productivity den. What's the biggest distraction you have right now? And how can you eliminate or reduce it? You can share them with me in comments. Now, don't forget that when it comes to productivity, morning routines are really important. It's like your morning coffee, absolutely essential. Whether it is a quick workout or a bit of meditation or some journaling, it sets the tone for your entire day. And let us be honest, without that morning routine, you are like a zombie with a to-do list. I start my morning around 5 am every day with a full mug of coffee, which I sip for next 15-20 minutes, seeing the sun rising. Then after I freshen up, I sit for 30 minutes to an hour of meditation. After that, I prepare my son for school and do some walk in fresh morning while dropping him to the school bus. After coming back, I read, write and work on my journal. And at 10 o'clock, I start my day for the rest of the world. In this way, I have ample of me time to spend on those things what I want to do instead of responding to other people's expectations. And then there is evening routine. Think of it as a cooling down after a workout, or better yet, the dessert after your productivity feast. Reflect on your day, prepare for tomorrow, and maybe even treat yourself with a good book or entertainment. It's like the perfect way to wind down and ensure tomorrow's success. See, let us be real. Tracking your progress is like keeping a scorecard. You won't play a game without knowing the score, right? A productivity journal is your personal scoreboard. Note down your wins, your challenges, and maybe even that time you got distracted by a cat video in mid of doing something important. It's all part of the game. Every week, take a moment to review your game plan, see what has worked and what did not, and adjust your strategy accordingly. It's like being your own coach, consistently refining your playbook. Now, here is something we often forget, and that's rest. It's like halftime show during a big game. You might feel like you need to keep working, but trust me, breaks are where the magic happens. Rest and sleep are the times when your brain gets to recharge. And when you come back, you are ready to crush it. I personally follow a 60-60-30 schedule. That means 60 minutes of deep work followed by a 5 minutes break, and again 60 minutes followed by a half an hour break. So, ever heard the saying, you win some, you lose some? Well, if I told that you never really lose, every setback is just a setup for a comeback. Embrace the challenges, learn from them, and keep moving forward. Now, lastly, 3 things to add on to this. First, keep expanding your knowledge, as every bit of learning fuels your productivity. Also, don't forget, positivity is like the secret sauce on your productivity pizza. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, not bring you down. Find content that inspires you, and maybe even an accountability partner who makes sure you are staying on track. And finally, regular self-reflection is your secret weapon. Check this. Are you getting closer to what you want to be? If not, it's time to adjust your strategy. And don't forget to celebrate those small wins. They are the toppings that make your productivity pizza truly delicious. Remember, small steps lead to big results. As you become the most productive version of yourself, never forget, it's not just about what you achieve, but about who you become along the way. So, are you ready to take those small steps and create big results? Let's do it together. What's the first step you are going to take today? Share in comments below. See you in the next video. Bye bye.